Hi, my name is Laura, and the food I chose for our culture and food project is hot German potato salad. So I chose this food just because of the family significance it has. Just at every holiday and like family reunion, my grandma would always be making the potato salad and preparing it for us to enjoy. So it just has a lot of memories attached to it, just having her watching her make it and learning from her and her telling all the stories of her family making it too. So I just think it's like really special and kind of has that sentimental value in my family. Um, but the historical significance of it is in Germany in the 1800s, potatoes were seen as kind of like a food for poor people just because they were really cheap and kind of accessible. So a lot of poor people and underclass citizens, lower class would grow them and eat them. So it was kind of stigmatized that if you were eating potatoes, you were probably not wealthy. Which in that time it was very it was a very classist society. But eventually, summers in Germany became really humid and really wet, and the wheat crops were having a really hard time growing, and the farmers were having a hard time harvesting them, so there wasn't a lot of consumption of the wheat grain. So King Frederick advised farmers to try growing potatoes. And that worked. They stuck. They grew really nicely, and they were eventually consumed and prepared in a lot of dishes, and they became really popular in Germany in the 1800s. At that time, dishes were being prepared with potatoes, and the hot potato German salad came to be. And my great great grandparents immigrated from Germany to America in the 1800s. And that recipe has just been passed down in my family from generation to generation. And it's really just kind of a family tradition to eat and make the hot German potato salad. So to prepare the potato salad, you need potatoes, bacon, onions, flour, sugar, vinegar, water, celery seed, and pepper and salt. So you start just by boiling the water, adding the salt. As soon as the water is boiling, you add in the potatoes, which have been peeled, and you can either dice them or kind of slice them thinly. And you add those into the water and you let them boil for 30 minutes. And while you are boiling the potatoes, you fry the bacon. Once the bacon is fried, you chop it and kind of crumble it a little bit, and then you save the bacon grease because you're going to saute the onions in the bacon grease after you are done with the bacon. So sauteing the onions, you can chop them or string them. My grandma would always string the onion and then saute them. And then once you're done with that, you will whisk the flour, sugar, salt, celery seed, and pepper, and then you add that into the onions, which are still simmering. So you just stir that in, and then you stir in water and vinegar, and you let it boil. And then eventually, once it's boiled, you stir in the bacon and the potatoes. So the nutritional facts, one recipe makes like 12 servings in a dish. So one serving would be 205 calories, 6.5 grams of fat, 33 grams of carbs, and 4.3 grams of protein. So the major macronutrient would be carbs. And because of this, I don't really consider this dish healthy. I think it's okay to consume it, at family events or like holidays like my family would, but definitely not something that should be consumed in great quantities very often. So for that reason, because of the high carbohydrates, I don't think it's necessarily a healthy dish. And now I will start by interviewing my mom, who also finds this dish culturally significant. So why is hot German potato salad culturally relevant to you?
Well, when I first met your dad, I was introduced to the hot German potato salad that his mom made for every holiday. And it was the first holiday that I went home with him to meet his family that she had made it. And it was so yummy. It always was a comfort food, kind of attached to their family. His mom had made it when he was growing up, and she got the recipe handed down to her from her mom.
And how often do you consume it?
We seem to mostly have it at holidays for special occasions, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter.
Do you think the dish has changed over time?
Not really, but it's hard. It's a little harder for me to make because Grandma made it by, she didn't measure anything. She just made it by taste, and so I would prefer to have more measured. So it's a little harder for me to get it to be exactly how she made it.
And what's your favorite way to eat it, or what do you like to eat it with?
I like to eat it with any type of grilled meat, venison.
And would you say it's easy to prepare?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that concludes my video. Thank you.